So welcome to the Nashville Current Podcast. I am your host, Ed Clay, and today we have a very special guest, Ilya, CEO of Plasma Finance. Ilya, how you doing?
Fine. Hi, Ed. Hi, guys. Thank you for having me today. Very nice.
Thanks for coming on here, and I'm really excited to talk to you because you have a product that, in my opinion, could revolutionize the decentralized finance world. It's unique. It solves problems. I say it solves my problems because I have a few problems with some of the platforms and the gas fees and things like that. But first, talk about what Plasma Pay is and how it's evolved in the DeFi world.
So I started Plasma Pay platform in 2017. The idea was about solving the problem of user experience in blockchain space. You remember that years when many people come to blockchain and started buying the Bitcoin in 2017 and participate in different ICOs. The problem was a complexity of UI and UX. So we tried to build a platform that can educate people how to use the cryptocurrency wallets, how to use the Bitcoin wallet, how to use the Ethereum wallet. And the second solution that we provide for our user, it was a fiat on-ramp system, because people trying to buy cryptocurrency in that years, they don't have any solution. They don't have a integration on Coinbase with PayPal. They don't have any fiat on-ramp system on the Binance. And we become one of the first platform who provided people ability to buy cryptocurrency with the cards. Now we have a bunch of methods on Plasma Pay. It's a cards, it's bank wires, it's different e-wallets, and we're scaling this solution globally now, supporting around 160 countries. And till the end of the year, we will almost cover all the globe. So the Plasma Pay today, it's more like a payment system that interacting with the fiat gateways and fiat currency, and also with the cryptocurrency. We have a individual's account there, we have a business account. So that's mostly like a PayPal version 2. And then like in 2020, when the DeFi markets started growing, I saw there may be similar problem in this market. So a lot of DeFi services, a lot of DeFi products, and all of them is pretty complexity for the end user, for the retail user. So that was the first problem that we tried to solve with the Plasma Finance, make it easy and simple for the end user to use the different DeFi products into one interface. The second problem was about, and it's still the problem, and it still will be a problem in a few months or year, it's a problem about the gas fee. Now we pay an incredible amount of gas when we trade on the DEXs, when we participate in different DeFi services. It's a huge. It's double in the past like few months, and now the one transaction on the DEX will cost you from 30 to maybe sometimes 100 one swap. So to solve this problem, there are a few ways of thinking. And I think the more successful way now is to build a second layer or some like side chain for the Ethereum network that can allow you to make the same transactions, but back it on the second layer and pay less fee or almost like zero fee. So in this case, we propose for the market our Plasma blockchain. This is a second layer solution for the Ethereum network. And I hope this summer we will provide for all users our solution, and it goes live. It will be a bridge between Ethereum and Plasma chain, where users will be able to interact with the same protocols, but with the zero fee on Plasma chain. There is I think many different, also the smallest problems or issues that we're trying to solve with the Plasma Finance this day. Also, one of them, users who participate in the DeFi space today, who is depositing their money in different wallets, who is providing the liquidity. If you just first time come on the platform and you don't have any assets, we provide you ability to buy these assets with our fiat gateways or with our partnership integration. And this is only a small piece of what we're doing on Plasma Finance, because like ideally we want to build a one-stop shop for DeFi, for retail investor, for institutional, and provide them all the tools, analytics, gateways, and protocols all in one place. And I think it should happen this year.
Yeah, well, I know that you've been working hard. I mean, it's you're adding new things. The vision is huge. Let's kind of go through one thing at a time because,
Yep.
first of all, for those people who haven't seen the Plasma Finance dashboard, what I love about it, it reminds me of the dashboard of, let's say, my bank account, where I have, my regular account, I have my savings account, and you've really made it simple to use and understand what savings is, like with the stable coins or like staking Plasma Pay. What was really your goal when you were designing this dashboard?
Yeah, that's like idea to make it simple and make it maybe the similar way of working like your bank account works. Because the DeFi at the end, it's like the next version of real like banking or economy system. All the similar product that we have on the bank or in our like investment fund, hedge funds, or even in our government, all this can be potentially be relocated on the blockchain and become a protocols in the end. So we try to bring this new DeFi, this new complexity protocols on our platform and show to the users the same user flow that like they have on their bank accounts. So for example, you make a deposit, you just deposit money onto saving accounts and you receive the APY, like the same like interest. Or you provide your liquidity, you can lend your liquidity and other people can borrow. This is upcoming features, lending and borrowing on the platform. So it's a similar like you open another deposit and somebody borrow this money from the bank. Now within the DeFi, we don't know this middleman like a bank. So we can lend and borrow directly through the protocol. And interfaces should be the similar to what we have in the bank that help for people to understand how it works and help for the global like DeFi adoption.
Yeah, so with it, and a lot of people don't realize this. With the stable coins, you can, make interest. I think that you're tied in with Yearn as well on there, and you have a pretty simple interface to make that happen. With that, I had a question because I haven't done that yet. Are you able to invest in one stable coin and move the money as the interest gets better in the other ones as you show?
Yeah, that's possible, but it's a pretty like unique and small use case. I think we will cover it a bit later. But now you can deposit in one stable coin, and then if you see a better interest in another. But to be honest, the interest of different stable coins, it depends of their popularity. So if you put it in USDT, mostly in all cases will be, I think, better APY on this stable coin. So people just hold it in one stable coin. Yeah, but potentially it's possible to migrate from one saving account to another, from one currency to another. We're doing the same on our product that's called the Rebalancer. So this product allows you to rebalance liquidity between different swaps. For example, you provide the liquidity on Uniswap and you want to move liquidity on the Plasma swap to get a better APY. You can just convert your LP tokens from one swap to another. And in upcoming future, you will be able to convert even the pairs of the token that you own. For example, you own like USDT and BTC, and you can convert it in S and USDC on another platform. So we try also simplify the transactions and pack them all together to save some gas fee for you.
Yeah, you also have staking for the Plasma Pay token. I think it's been around about 3 weeks. It started out the first week, I believe it was 104% APY, went down about 97, 98. Now it's at 88 or something. Talk about staking Plasma Pay and why, if someone's a Plasma Pay holder, they should do that.
Yeah, so PPay token, it's a Plasma Pay token from the beginning. The PP token, it's a core token of whole Plasma Finance infrastructure, like the different protocols, the different transactions, our own swap, everything can generate some fees. And all these fees goes to the people who stake the PP token in our staking mechanism. So It's actually participation in the development of the platform. And this summer we also turn on the governance, so any of the token holders will be able to vote for the updates of the platform, for different fee rates on the platform, and they will be directly get the revenue from this voting and from participating in the staking. Now it's pretty simple. If you own the PPA, you just go on the saving page and stake this PPA to the contract, and the contract will reward you on the weekly basis by some amount of money. So now it's average APY, it's around 90% for the staking.
Yeah, and with that, I mean that's amazing. And you only had to stake it, which I like, for 24 hours. What made you kind of pick that short of a time?
Yeah, because actually this type of staking doesn't have any lockup on the stake. And before that, we saw like another project who implement staking without the lockup time. Some bots try to stall the rewards from the people. And at the moment when they see that rewards come on the staking, they stake the tokens, claim the rewards, and unstake these tokens and sell it. So we try to protect us and our users from such type of bots on the network. Then we put this lockup, so people at least need to lock for 24 hours to get the rewards.
You're talking a little bit earlier about the gas station fees, and you have a product that's going to be coming out, I believe, soon, within the next quarter, that's going to solve that problem. What is that, and how are you solving the problem?
Yeah, so our we have two protocols. One of them called Plasma Gas Station, and another one is Hyperloop. So Plasma Gas Station is mostly solve the UX problem of the Ethereum network. When you need to have Ethereum on your wallet to make any transaction, to sign any transaction, and pay a gas fee. So many new users, they just don't know about this kind of this stuff, that they need this Ethereum on their wallet. And when they get some tokens, for example, they can't do anything with that until they go on the exchange, sign up on the exchange, doing a KYC, and buy this Ethereum and withdraw it back to the wallet. And even after that, when you create another wallet, you need to split your Ethereum between two wallets. And when it's finished, you need to find a way to buy it. Some people who trade actively, their Ethereum balance can become zero, and then they can just trade. So that's kind of user experience problem on the Ethereum network, and we're trying to solve it with the Plasma Gas Station. So this protocol will allow you to pay the gas fee and make any transactions on the network without having Ethereum balance in your wallet. So you, for example, can have just USDT, and you can transact this USDT on your wallet. You can exchange it on to another coin, swap it, or provide this liquidity somewhere. Like all this you can do without this Ethereum. Like all these fees will be paid in this native token. And the native token could be any of this token that exists on the market right now. So this is a kind of game-changing protocol because it provides for the end user the new user experience, like unbelievable user experience on the Ethereum network. But the gas fee will not become lower because of this protocol. And this is where we want to implement our Hyperloop. So Hyperloop, it's a cross-chain bridge that allow you to bridge different protocols and different type of assets on the different blockchains. And if you, for example, want to trade with a less fee, using the same swap and the same asset, you can just switch the network, and Hyperloop will allow you to switch this network. And you can switch a network to Binance Smart Chain, where you can get a less fee, or you can switch on the Plasma chain and you will have a zero gas fee. So that's the idea behind the Hyperloop, just switching the chain, same asset, same protocol, but different gas fees.
Yeah. So, for those that are watching that want to trade cross chain, which is what we all want to be able to do. I want to be able to go to Binance Smart Chain. I want to be able to just seamlessly go from chain to chain. You're solving a huge problem. Nobody's been able to do that yet. I'm sure a lot of people are trying to figure it out. Uh, how are you doing it so quickly, and when can we expect that?
Yeah, it's a good question. We have a pretty skilled and big team, around 25 people of senior developers who's working on different part of the product, who's supporting the Plasma Pay, developing Plasma blockchain, a lot of protocols now. It's Plasma Finance. Yeah, we have a pretty good team who's trying to solve all these problems and bring all these products live as soon as possible. So the gas station with some cool updates for the Plasma Finance, I expect in April. And the Hyperloop, it will be the final step of all platform development because we want to add more protocols and like more user cases on the Plasma Finance before we gonna like allow people to switch the chains. Between then, it will be much bigger feature if you can switch the chain and use any DeFi protocols on any chain. So then I hope it will be around the summer. Yeah, June or July. I hope we will deploy the first version of Hyperloop protocol and will allow people to trade with zero gas fee.
Currently, to me, the plasma swap, your product really is the best product out there. If you look at all the decentralized exchanges, I think it's the best. You're able to go use Uniswap. You're able to use other exchanges. What about adoption though? Getting people to know about it, getting people to go over there. What's the plan to add liquidity to the different ones as well?
Yeah, so the adoption of Plasma Finance, you mean, or Plasma Swap?
Really both.
Both. Okay. Yeah. So for Plasma Finance, I think the adoption it's just a question of time because we see a huge growth of our user base in the past few months. Even the platform existed just 4 months, and it's just adding these basic features, but the user gains rapidly. So I think for Plasma Finance itself, there will not be a problem of adoption, and I hope in 6 to 12 months it's become a really one-stop shop for all DeFi market, and we will have almost like 80% of all DeFi users on one platform. For Plasma Swap, it's a more like tricky question because we have on the market Uniswap and we have a Sushi Swap. This is a two giant on the swap market, and to competing with them only possible, I think, in the technical way, how you can like technically improve and make your swap more advanced than these players. So for this, we just doing some additional features. For example, we're doing limit orders on top of our swap. We do a program for project who want to have their IDO. So we build for them special contracts where they can do a public sale and open the pools on Plasma Swap. We're doing a special like automatic protocols for liquidity mining on top of Plasma Swap. So we just put a different additional features around the basic swap just to make it more attractive for projects to list their token and for traders who want to get more professional UI and UX for trading on top of the swaps. So I think the adoption is a bit longer, and it's all basically around professional tools around the swap functionality.
You also announced last week the Launchpad. Talk a little bit about that. What does that mean, and when do you expect it to be live?
Yeah, so the ideas of Launchpads we had from the beginning when we launched our Plasma Swap. I understand that we need some platform that can be used by the projects who want to raise some money and launch their token on the decentralized exchange, which is Plasma Swap. So this idea was, and we just built the concept before we announced that. we analyzed all the IDO platforms on the market, and we realized that all this problem is pretty simple in terms of fundraising. They all using just almost one crowdfund contract for that. They just collect money and give it back to the project. So I think this model is not fully decentralized, it's very centralized, and it's nothing that it's not the difference from the what we had in 2017 when we had a lot of ICOs. They all have the same functionality. So the idea of our IDO is make more decentralized tools for fundraising and doing a crowdfunding, do Dodge auctions for the projects, and almost like any projects in the future will be able on the Plasma Finance launch their own IDO automatically with a full control on all the contracts, and automatically deploy this contract on the network, deploy their funds in the Plasma Swap liquidity pool, build the liquidity mining contracts and staking, and also make a lockup for the funds of the team and investors. So all these different pieces, it should be decentralized and not being controlled by anyone, not by the team, not by us. So that's the idea behind our IDO platform. And we building it now piece by piece. And I expect the first project who will go through this IDO platform will come at the end of April or maybe around the months. So yeah, that's what we expect now.
I mean, you've come a long way since you launched Plasma Pay originally. How did you get started in this world, and what was your initial vision when you started?
Yeah, I think I started thinking about like new technologies in the fintech in around 2015. My first project was more about the big data, the dates. I tried to solve some problems for the institutional banks about working with the data. Then I saw the Revolut digital bank that came in Europe, and they showed a pretty revolutionary way of how people can work with the bank system. And then when I meet more like a blockchain technology, like a developer in 2017, I understand that the blockchain technology can solve the major problem, the centralization of finance. And then just started to try to find the right model, how to implement the blockchain technology in the financial space. And then I realized that the first problem that blockchain should solve, this is a kind of freedom of payments. You have a Bitcoin, you have a different cryptocurrency, and it's all designed on the blockchain as a free currency without any centralization mechanism. So the idea was to bring this idea to life through some better UI and UX for the end user, to explain people how to work with the cryptocurrency, how to pay with the cryptocurrency, how use it instead of your dollar or your credit card on like in online e-commerce, how to make a transfer to friends or to family. So we're trying to solve these all small use cases just to help adopt the cryptocurrency as a payment method for the mass user. And then in like developing more and more and going deeper more and more in the technology and the different problem, like global problem of the financial world, I realized that we need another layer for the whole like financial system. We need to bring almost any institutional organization from the finance world on the blockchain to make it more effective and more open. And then we start building a Plasma blockchain that currently, the idea behind the Plasma blockchain is tokenize the different financial assets from fiat to stocks and commodities, and provide for the people a platform and applications to interact with all of this type of asset on the blockchain without any centralization, without any government. And then we come to the DeFi when we almost building the products around this type of assets and around this use case to show people that they can use all this new type of the assets that not centralized, fully decentralized, not under control by anyone, and controlled only by yours, how to use these assets in different financial products, how to make money on that, and make much more money that you can make on your bank account.
Right.
In some cases, it's 10 times better, 10 times more money that you can make in the DeFi space these days. And this market is growing huge. Now it's around $80 billion, and it's just was like almost zero 1 year ago. So imagine what the potential of the growth of the DeFi market and how far we can go with the right products on this market, and with the one-stop shop like a Plasma Finance that really help DeFi adoption.
Well, you say it so nonchalantly, like, "Oh, I'm just solving a lot of the world's problems," but
Yeah,
it is important work because there's this I say battle between centralization and decentralization, and I think that those that are in the DeFi feel really see uh, how being like a true decentralization can really set a lot of people free, not in control by their government, no matter where they are, cross borders. It doesn't really matter if you're in that DeFi world. What do you think about the fact that you're really taking on that responsibility and your product can be one of the game changers for that in the world?
yeah, I like that. I mean, if I can influence on the people lives and can like help to the people, open for them new opportunities, for like their funds, for their money, to make for them just more profit, to explain them how that works. I help to myself to the whole DeFi market. I help to develop this market, because like each project these days, it's helping all the market growth. And yeah, as we're solving the major problem of adoption for the market, so we bring in more users and we build in a more lighter bridges between the CeFi and DeFi with all our fiat gateways and our fiat on and off ramps.
Hello. Hello.
So finally, I think the DeFi will by the classical central banks these days. They already invest in the cryptocurrency. They invest in Bitcoin. Some of them hold the different cryptocurrencies. So I think the next step for them is to adopt the DeFi and start making more money on the investment in the cryptocurrency that they already have. So finally, the DeFi become just a normal part of the bank. It's a more maybe a high risk investment, but it should be a part of global economy at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I see in the next 10 years banks being almost like Blockbuster Video. You might not know what Blockbuster is there, but like here, Blockbuster Video is like these little shops where you
Yeah.
go in and search for the videos, the video store, or the DVDs, and now of course you have Netflix. But that's kind of what I see banks as. And most people I don't believe really see that that's where it's going, where there's really not a need for the banks. Now, I'm waiting for the banks to really push back. They're not going to give up the control, which I think is what it really is, the control easily. What do you think about that? Do you think that there's a room for both, or do you think that it's going to be one or the other in the end?
Yeah, I think that's should be room for both, because banks, they're more like building for the regulation of this industry to provide the credits for real type of business to work with the cash. So it still will be needed to the people in many years. There is still like a lot of small medium businesses who need to borrow some money for their development, and they will using the classical banks. So I think that like the potential of DeFi, by my opinion, it's around 10 to 50% of all global economy. Mm-hmm. That's the potential of DeFi. There is where DeFi can really modify and improve the current way of working with the capital, just to make it more efficient. But the rest, it still will be under the banks because of regulation. It will be under the hedge funds and the different financial institutions, because this is a strict like a centralized system that controlled by government, and government will never allow um, something that decentralized participate in their economy in more than 10 to 50%. And look at the PayPal, for example. They are also a centralized payment system, but they have more like ability to improve their user experience and improve their technology in terms of the banks. And look what they do. They start users, and now they try to offer the new type of payments using the cryptocurrency. They're trying to do the same that we did in 2017 with Plasma Pay. But that means that the government, like US government, and the whole system is ready for this like next big step to when the cryptocurrency become a part of economy, a part of people's life. Everyone now will have their cryptocurrency wallet. And this a huge help for the DeFi, because when these people realize that they can use the crypto stable coins and don't use the US currency, for example, and use just stable coins on their e-wallets, then they will try to find any other way how they can use this crypto, and not only the way of payment on the PayPal, maybe in the way of deploying this capital in the DeFi and participate in different protocols to make more money. And then all these people come to the DeFi. So even this like modifications and development of the currency to the crypto and help into the DeFi at the end.
Yeah, I do think I agree with you. I don't think that there will ever not be banks, but you know, it is interesting seeing I'm going to call it competition. I think in certain ways, in many ways, DeFi is better if you're willing to dig into it and take the time to learn what it is, learn about liquidity pools. As you were saying, you know, these are tools that the banks are using, and you're decentralizing them to where the average person can use them. And in many ways, it's getting a lot higher returns. And I do see the decentralized world as freedom. I see your product and what you're working on as a major part of that. You're also working with, because you know, Plasma Pay isn't just what you're working on Plasma Finance. It's you know, like you said, the fiat. It's a fiat on off ramp. You work with a lot of different companies. I actually found out about you through the Casper project. Talk a little bit about what you're doing with them and when that launch is going to happen.
Oh, you mean with Casper
Yes.
Labs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we helping for them to adopt their blockchain for the masses. We start with building a wallet, an official wallet for Casper chain on Plasma Pay. So this is the first part of our agreement. The second one, we all will connect the chain to the fiat on ramp, to all these masses that we have on our system, that will allow for the people to buy their token and other tokens who will be deployed on their network with a credit card or bank wires on the Plasma Pay. And finally, the different protocols that we are building now on the Plasma Finance, we thinking of deploying some of these protocols on the Casper chain. And I think the Casper will be focused more on this DeFi space right now, maybe on DeFi plus NFTs. And we already have everything ready in terms of protocol and UI. We just need to adopt it and deploy on the Casper chain. So I think it's not the short-term agreement. I think we will do it in around like 6 to 12 months to build each of these pieces of the infrastructure for that.
So, you know, to do something like this, you have to have a big team and a great team. You said you have about 25 developers working with you. How do you find such a great team to put together on a project like this?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's one of the biggest challenge in my life. But that's only my work. Like CEO only work is hiring people. And yeah, that's what I did for the past 4 years. I'm just scouting everywhere on all platforms in all communities through my friends and their friends. I try to find the really good people who is not only good in the development, because a lot of people, even in Russia, they're like perfect developers, but also it's important to have the same philosophy because people not just develop another like application, mobile app or game, they develop a new economy, a new platform for like maybe all the globe, and they need to have the same philosophy, ideas, and share it with you um, to have like ability to build this.
Mm-hmm.
Because like almost each protocol, each feature that we're doing, we almost one of the first who implemented in the world. So
Mm-hmm.
it's all innovations. So these people, not only developers, they innovators, they scientists, they dreamers, and we dream together of how we want to see the oldest economy, the oldest financial world on the blockchain, and build it. So that was very hard, and we still hiring the people, we're still looking for the like-minded people and good developers, and happy to have maybe a few more from this interview,
Hmm.
few applications.
Oh, good. No, I mean, it is important because I'm a business owner, partners in a hospital group and some other things, and building the team is something that's very it's very important. And I can only imagine. You don't know me, but I believe in what you're doing, and I appreciate it a lot because you're taking a risk, you're putting yourself out there, you're leading in a world that's really never been developed before. You're developing this world, as you were saying. You're the first person to market with all of these different products, and I mean the vision is huge. And yeah, I was just wondering how do you get those people that share in that vision, which is really in many ways a revolutionary vision. How do you get people to join that ride with you?
Yeah, good question. I think this all kind of uh, like a random chance of meeting the different people, and maybe through the space you just attract this energy and these people who can share this vision with you, and they just follow you. They just become part of your team, and you try thinking together on how you can change the world, what the products you can build, and start working on that. But not only the people is like important here. I mean, not only the team, but also our customers, our clients, our community. They also participate a lot in what we're doing. We're talking with the community. We're talking with another people like crypto community. Our clients in Plasma Pay, who is not crypto at all. We're talking with these people and trying to understand also their vision, what they want to see, what product they want to use, and what problem they have,
Hmm.
and trying to solve this problem through the blockchain. So I think this is a collaboration of like-minded people in our team and in our cool community.
Yeah, it really is. I look at the community for Plasma Pay and some of these other projects. The Casper project has a cool community. Uh, I actually got to interview a guy named Peter Gurr. He's got a Wise token, and he got about $45 million initially of Ethereum, put them on the Uniswap exchange, and burned the keys for liquidity. I had so much respect for him for that because so as Ether rises, Wise rises, Ether drops, Wise drops, depending on the buys for Wise as well. But it's really those dreamers that are willing to take big steps that are making the biggest difference. And that's one of the things that I like about this world. Now there are people that are, I say, scammers or whatever, but like for the most part, if you really dig into these projects, I think you can tell who's real and who's not real, who's really going for it and who's not going for it. And so I just want to commend you and your team, because it's easy to go on the Telegram and say, I'll do this, do this, do that, and I appreciate the enthusiasm as well. But you're delivering on this. You've put together, in my opinion, the best platform, the best dashboard that there is, the easiest to use in the DeFi world. And I think the products that you have coming out, the Hyperloop is a game changer. I mean, you are solving in my opinion, like one of the ultimate problems right now is going from chain to chain. And so thank you for that. And please make sure you you tell your team as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ed.
All right. Anything else you want to say, before we end?
Yeah, I think thank you all for the listening to this interview, and hope you come on Plasma Finance and try what we built in. Follow us on the Telegram channels and help us to build a better product, 10x better than anyone else.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for that. And everybody can check Plasma Finance and Plasma Pad on Twitter. The Telegram's really cool. Very active group on there. I'm on there every day. I'm just reading. I don't really post, but I'm getting the updates. I'm waiting for something new, and kind of like a kid in a candy store with all the cool things you have coming out. And just be a part of the community, because it is a game-changing technology. You're solving a lot of the problems that all of us have in the DeFi world. You're solving a lot of those problems, and I think it's going to make a big difference. I think it's a game changer. It's low market cap right now. I mean, the sky is the limit. So I'm just really excited, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.